Hi guys, this is Patricia from Yarny Cat Crochet, and this is a yarn haul, acquisitions, just Mother's Day weekend video. So as you know, my son lives in Japan, and it costs very much money to send anything, and he's got a baby on the way, so it's more just going to be a happy Mother's Day mom kind of thing. But my husband, since my son has left, has picked up the slack and he took me to see the Sheep Detectives. And that was yesterday, and it was really good. I really liked it. There's a little bit of, you'll hear Kage roaming around and maybe see him. There's a little bit of life happenings. So there's a little bit of emotional things, and there's comedy, and I really liked it. It's a murder mystery, whodunit, not like gory or anything like that. Just more of a whodunit Sherlock Holmes type thing, and was really good. I recommend it. I really thought it was cool. And then that was yesterday. And then today, which is Saturday while I'm filming this, I don't know if you guys will get to see this today or tomorrow on Mother's Day. But today I got to, I got some things in the mail that I had bought from Krystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady, which we're going to show. That's the yarn part. And then, but before I got home, the square, I think I told you guys, I live in a small town, and we have a town square, and they set up booths up there, and you can set them up for free unless it's like a holiday or festival or something. Then you have to pay $50, but still not a very much fee. If I ever got up enough stuff to show, but I don't know if I could. We'll just have to see. I planned on it a couple years in a row and never did it, so we'll see. But they do have like handcrafted things up there. But this time there was my landlord who has a beehive, and or probably several because they have a lot of honey, and they have beeswax, and so beeswax candles, just beeswax. Honey in little tubes that you can, which I got the little honey in little tubes. I got 10. I had one. They are the red hot flavored honey. They flavor it themselves in the sticks, and it's the Red Hots. Tastes just like the Red Hots candy. They also had the natural, just natural cinnamon powder, that you mix in, and the Red Hots flavor, which I like the Red Hots flavor. And then also they got, which I'm going to tell you what the company is so you can look it up if you want. If you want honey from Indiana. Or if you live in Indiana. I know there is at least one person that lives fairly close in the same Kentucky-Anna. It's Kentucky, Indiana. They call it Kentucky-Anna area. But anyway, it's Marysville Bee. I think it's the Marysville Bee Company, but it just says Marysville Bee. Yeah, and that's all it says. But I know you can get online and find it. And if you type Marysville Bee and honey and Indiana, I'm getting a phone call. Just one second. I'm back. Man, husbands. He was supposed to be at my dad's house to help him, and my dad called me and said, "Where is he?" I was like, "Oh my goodness." He stopped and get a drink. Anyway, back to the regularly scheduled video. I wouldn't have told you guys except for it's funny. It's like, never mind to y'all, but anyway. So yeah, it's Marysville Bee. It has a phone number on there. if you want to get honey, and it's pure local honey. That's why we wanted it, because it's local. I mean, all pure raw natural honey is good for you. You can get it from anywhere. We could buy some from Canada if we wanted to. But if you get the local stuff, it helps with your allergies, especially in the Ohio Valley, because allergies are especially difficult in the Ohio Valley. My son moved to Japan, and while he still has allergies, they're not nearly as bad as being in the Ohio Valley. Which, you say, Ohio Valley, you live in Indiana. Yeah, but the Ohio Valley goes all the way across. So, anyway, it's along the Ohio River, which borders Indiana and Kentucky. It's actually the borderline is the river. I dropped something. Oh, the yarn. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, so he took me to, they had all these little tables and booths and all different kind of things to look at up in the really historic town square. So, you know, it was kind of a fun little thing to do, you know, for Mother's Day weekend. When we were at the grocery store, we went to the grocery store first to get a few things. We got flowers and a card for my stepmom, and we took that to her. And then we went to go to get some other things, some other supplies they needed. And then we stopped and got the honey. And, oh, by the way, this is really good. And then and I got Kage a little, I wish I'd have brought it in here. I did not get prepared. It was a little bee toy with the little crinkly wings and the little antenna that were, you know, floppy. So that interested him, and he attacked that thing right away. He loved that. And but then when I got home, the yarn from Krystal was here. Woo! So long story short, we're finally to the yarn. So Krystal, she has yarn sales once a month. And I try to save money for that, because if I'm going to bring, like I told you, I'm trying not to bring a ton of yarn in. And so I thought, better to buy more bougie yarn. By bougie, I mean more fancy, more expensive, but not for what. She hand spins and hand dyed this yarn. So the price, neither here nor there. Amazing for that quality of yarn. And so this yarn didn't get bought the last time. I bought the orange yarn that I showed you guys already, and then I think it was 2 hanks of orange yarn, and with flex in it, which is really cool. And then so in the last sale, these yarns didn't get bought, and I bought the orange yarn because I didn't think I was going to get this yarn. I thought everybody would be fighting over that yarn, and then somebody else said they were going to buy it, and so I'm like, afterwards, you know, I was like, well, if those people, because I didn't have the money then, but I was going to have the money, I was like, well, if those people, because they were supposed to get it at the beginning of the month, I'm like, if they don't get it, I want it. So they didn't get it, and I got it, and my husband bought for me for Mother's Day, which it came today. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. How perfect, you know? And so let's show you the yarn. So I didn't open it, but I cut the package so that I could get it open. You guys aren't going to believe this. I'm just dying here. So she always puts, and I'll show you these in a minute, is a stitch marker and a Yarny cat pin. Oh my god. Well, I'll show you a minute. Okay. I'm so excited. Okay. So anyway, the yarn. And we'll show you that too. She always puts cute little things. But can you believe this yarn? Okay, this was the sunset yarn, and she used sunset colors, and she did it around Easter time. You know, it's like, here's the water, and then the colors above, you know, the horizon. So, so beautiful. And she did, I got 4. 4. Isn't it pretty? She hand dyed these. Well, she hand spun it and then and laid it out. She did a video. If I can remember to get it. Now, if I didn't do it, I'm sorry. But if I can remember to get it, it'll go in the description box. A link to the video where she showed how she hand dyed this yarn right here. This is the yarn she dyed in the video. And it's just, it's, here, I'm going to slide one out of its cover. Now, the strings that you see are just where she tied the yarn together. She used a loose piece of string to tie the ends, you know, and tie it into its thing. But isn't that gorgeous? So cool. Let me read you the label. It's merino wool, 61 yards in this one. Each one is measured, like this one is 63, so, you know. 61 yards, 2.1 ounces, a 3-weight DK light, single roving, which roving means, if you don't know, is thick and thin, you know, is how it was spun. And recommended hook is 4.5 millimeter to 5.5 millimeter, or a 3.75 millimeter crochet needle, 4.5 millimeter. It's hand dyed, sunset, and this one was number 3, but there's 4 of them. And then she has her chickens on there for Krystal the Yarny Chicken, and it's labeled Krystal the Yarny Chicken on the top. Her link will be in the description, and that video on the hand-dyed yarn will be in the description. It is so soft, you guys. I just, merino wool is my favorite, and I just love how it feels. Hold on, I'm going to get it back in its wrapper. I'm never good at that. I hope I don't rip the wrapper. But it doesn't matter, because I'm going to have to ball it up anyway to use it. But isn't that gorgeous? It's so gorgeous. It's so summer. I'm thinking about making like a small like neck scarf or shawl, you know, just like not like a huge one, but lacy. So pretty. I love it. The orange and the pinks and yellow and the blue. If you guys can't tell, I'm high on yarn. Not drugs. Yarn. Yarn is better. You can't go wrong with a yarn high. You just can't. Watch me get flagged because I said high. I don't mean that kind of high. But anyway, she always puts a stitch marker and something, you know, something a little extra. And this is a gel pen. Oh, it's so cute. It's a tail click gel pen. Hold on. I'm going to take it out of its paper. Let me see. Do I have scissors? I know I have scissors because I just cut that. There they are. I cut the package so I can get it open. Oh, it's so cute. It's a tail click. So I guess you, yeah. It's a little dog. Isn't it cute? When it's long, it's his little tail. But, isn't it cute? A little puppy dog. So cute. I love it. Thank you, Krystal. You guys gotta see this. Okay. So she makes stitch markers. And I'm not sure she might sell them. But I'll link her channel in there. And you can look in her description box. But, she makes stitch markers, and every time that she sends out a package, a stitch marker goes in it. And look at that cute, mystical, cute bag. So cute. But anyway, and this one is darling. It's got, it has a lobster claw. Hold on, I'm going to show you. It has a lobster claw, and it has a cat bead. Well, 2 cat beads. One's a metal cat bead, and one's like a stone cat bead. Hold on, I'm going to get it closer. Can you see? I don't know if you can see that, but oh, that one's upside down. There we go. There you go. He's the right side up now. So, oh, that's the stone. There. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. There's the stone, and that's the metal one. And then like pearl-like beads in between. And it's lobster claw. I don't know if you can see that. There, I think you can see it now. Lobster claw. And a Yarny Cat pin. I'm not for sure, but I think these are the pins that everybody are talking about. If you belong to the Yarny Cat Club, I think you get a pin. I'm not sure. It might just be when she gives you a pin or you win a pin. I don't know, but I'm too excited to have one. And check it out. Isn't that adorable? So cute. I love that so much. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to put it on. I have to think. Man, it's always fun opening packages from Krystal. If you guys don't know, not a lot of people know, and then sometimes everything gets bought up and everybody's just fighting over it. Like the first, well, they're not fighting for real, but they're bidding, you know. The first one I went to, a lot of people came, and so the second one I went to was the one with the yarn, and so I bought the orange yarn because I like orange tweed anyway. I wish I had that at hand, but I don't. But I didn't think I was going to be able to get this yarn because I thought everybody's going to fight over it. Turns out I ended up with all of it, but so I lowered my expectations and I picked a yarn that I knew I'd be able to get because not a ton of people, orange is their favorite. I mean, there are people with oranges as their favorite, but not a lot. And so I thought, well, I'll be able to get the orange tweed. So I just lowered my expectations and I bid on the orange tweed, and that came up before this. If I'd have known nobody was bidding on it and it came up before the orange, then I would have ended up with this anyway at that time. But this way, I got the orange tweed and I got and it's just oh my gosh, it's so summer. I think there's enough in here. Let's see. So 63 yards, 61 yards. That's 124 yards. 61 yards and 63. So 121 and 121 is 242 yards. That should make some kind of and if I wanted to, I could add some yarn either way, but I don't think I'm going to need to, because if I made one, it would be like a shawlette, but a lacier shawlette, so that's going to go further. I don't know. You guys, if you know of a good shawlette one, you can send me an email, but or just in the description box, point me to it. But isn't that perfect summer? I can't wait to make something. I'm making baby mix right now, and tomorrow on Mother's Day, because I've done pretty much, except for I'm going to get up and make me some eggs, and I've got some croissants, because I like croissants, and going to have some coffee and have an easy day, because I've been to see my movie. I got my present, and, well, my husband got it for me, and then we got to go to the little craft fair, makers fair up there in the square, and I got my Yarny Cat pin, and I'm a Yarny Cat anyway, and then I belong now to the Yarny Cat Club, so I'm so excited. But anyway, so tomorrow I'm going to have an easy day. I'm going to watch what I want to watch while I am finishing that baby blanket. I balled up that last ball, and I've decided at this point it puts about that much on the blanket, so it's going to be that much. It's round, so it's going to be that much bigger all the way around. And I thought that'll make it big enough, because I finished the last ball that you guys saw me wind, and I thought that only put about, well, a repeat. It put about a repeat on that blanket. And so I thought, yeah, I'm going to have to add this last one, and that'll make it perfect enough for a baby blanket. A lot of y'all said that you make them big enough so the kids can have them later on in life. Although this one being a more delicate yarn, I'm thinking it'll probably go for a second baby if they decide to have one, or something for the baby to have for later, an heirloom. It's not one of those sturdy blankets that, you'd want to put on a toddler bed or something, so I'll probably make another blanket for when the baby's older, maybe a theme or something, I don't know, Pokemon or whatever's in at the moment. Right now I think it's Bluey. I love Bluey. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to finish the blanket on Mother's Day. So I think that'll be special. And it's for another mother, my daughter-in-law, and my grandbaby. So it's special. It'll be finished on Mother's Day. That's special. I think that's what I'm going to do, because who doesn't want to craft? Especially on Mother's Day. It's your day. You can do what you want, and I think that would just be a special way to spend my day. Since I've already been out, I've already did the special coffee. That's what I forgot to tell you guys. I got me a vanilla rose latte at my favorite coffee place. And it was for the Run for the Roses Derby. They brought it out for Derby, but I like rose, and so I got me one. And so I've had a special coffee. I've had a movie. I've got the presents. They're so mean, man. I'm just dying. I am dying. And so crocheting, I mean, that's just the natural progression and all that. I'm going to be finishing that baby blanket and just having a relaxful day, a peaceful day. Quiet contemplation is how my friend Rainey puts it at the Woolly Llama shop. I'll be sitting and crafting in quiet contemplation and just having a peaceful day, which will be awesome because, the rat race of life at the moment, right? But anyway, I always talk you guys' ear off. But please visit Krystal. That's what I got sidetracked. Please visit Krystal at the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. The link will be in the description. She has, as a matter of fact, she had a yarn sale last night, and that was what I was getting to tell you. Not everybody always knows it's happening. I mean, she does plan it way in advance, but if you don't regularly watch her channel and sign up for notifications, you wouldn't know that it's happening. And because I had just bought this yarn, and I bought it late because we were waiting till the beginning of the month for the person who said they wanted it to claim it, and so I happened to buy this right before the very next live, and as a matter of fact, I got it after the live had happened, so I couldn't buy any of the yarn. And a few things got sold, but not everything got sold. So please check out her. There's still stuff up for grabs, and please check out her last live video, her yarn sale. It'll be labeled yarn sale, and there's still things to be had that you can email her about. And if you like hand spun yarn, if you're into treating yourself every once in a while, and like I was saying before, if I buy the more bougier high-end yarn, I'm not bringing home 100 of the cheaper yarns, which is okay if you need to fill in your color palette and have these, like, say you do a lot of amigurumi and you need it, it's like the yarn is like paint. You need a lot, samples of each color and maybe in more quantities so that you can always have paint in your paint box to do your projects, that in our case being yarn. So I mean, but I've got pretty much all I need. You can't see it because I don't have you pointed at it, but I have all the Woobles kits that I'm ever going to buy over here, and all the yarn I'm ever going to need for a year. I mean, I swear I could do projects for a year and probably still not be done. I have a few totes, but I've downsized. I've been good. I've donated. I've shared the wealth. So I thought going forward, I will do indie dyers, small business yarn dyers, and maybe bring in less yarn, but yarn that brings me, I know I keep showing you guys this, but yarn that brings me so much joy. And I'm going to make something nice with it, and I'll start showing you guys after the baby makes. I got to get the baby makes made. But, you know, it's more thoughtful spending. You help small businesses. You maybe don't get a ton of yarn, but you get good quality yarn. You know where it's come from, where it's sourced. I know where these fibers come from. She usually puts and I don't think I have one on hand. She usually puts a card where it comes from. But if you watch my last video, she gets her fibers. Yeah, I don't have it unless it fell out somewhere. She gets her fibers from this one certain place in Texas, and if you go to my last video where I showed yarn from her, I show their card and their details and everything. So you know where the yarn is sourced from. You know who dyed it. I know these are dyed with Wilton's food coloring, and so you know I know what dyes used. I know that she hand spun these on her spinning wheel, you guys. A spinning wheel. I'm geeking out. I'm sorry. I know it seems like, why is that such a big deal? It's just a big deal. It's a big deal to spin your own yarn. I wish that I felt coordinated enough and talented enough to do it, but that's why you got all different kinds of friends. I have friends that are really good at amigurumi and amazing at amigurumi. I'm okay at amigurumi. I've got friends that are good at making baby makes. I've got friends that are good at knitting. I've got all kinds of friends from all different walks of life. I have a friend that has a gorgeous puppy named Rylie. I will put the link in the description below if you like to look at dog videos. She's a cute little Yorkie that plays. Most of her videos are her waking up in the morning and playing catch with her mom on her animals and running around, and she's too adorable. I will put the link in the description. You will not be sorry to go check out her channel. But I have friends from all different walks of life thanks to YouTube. Give credit where credit's due. If there wasn't a YouTube platform, I know a lot of people have issues. I do too. But YouTube has opened my world since I've got a channel, and I'm real. I know you don't know it by just watching me on this video because it's just me in this room. I know you guys are going to be watching this, but it doesn't scare the life out of me. But I am very introverted. I talk a lot out in public. Of course, I do on the video too. I talk a lot out in public because I'm nervous. I have issues like when people come to my house. Nervous issues. That's why if I ever meet you in person, it'll probably be out in public somewhere, where I feel at home. I don't know. I'm just nervous. I don't know. I have a good home. I got a good husband, and I love my life. And I don't know. I just get anxious when people are in my house. So. But YouTube has allowed me to meet a ton of people. I have friends all over the world, believe it or not, and they are actually my friends. I text them outside of YouTube. I can talk to them, and I treasure them I'm gonna cry. I treasure every single one of my friends, and I count them as friends, even though, yeah, all of them. I've not met one in person. But in this day and age, more relationships tend to be across the airwaves. as seeming less and less strange. I know there are some people that have parasocial, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual genuine friends, and I treasure that. You can't be friends with everybody. Some people, like I said, get parasocial, and you have to walk lightly because you don't want to trample somebody's heart or whatever. But sometimes you can't help it. You have to have boundaries, But if you have a channel, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I am grateful for YouTube. I'm grateful for my son introducing me to YouTube. Back in, I want to say it was 2010, but it could have been later than that. I'm real bad about time frames. But he started watching people and showing me people, a lot of people from Japan. That's where he ended up, Japan. But anyway, just I'm happy. And I don't know, I just got off on a tangent. So I'll get off here. Yes, Yarny Cat is crazy, but it's okay. It's a good kind of crazy. You'll be fine. If you watch this long, you're probably just as crazy as me. But anyway, I appreciate you all. Wow, 30 minutes. Well, it's 27. But I hope you guys are being little joy bombs in your corner of the world. If you're a mom, I wish you happy Mother's Day. If you don't celebrate Mother's Day, I wish you a really good and blessed day. Just a peaceful, quiet day, because those can mean just as much as a fun-filled, excited day, especially in these day and times. And as you're out and about running your errands, going about your normal day, buying your yarn or latte, or paying your bills, we all have to do it, and you come across someone, I hope you give them your best smile, because you don't know what that person's been through, and your smile might be just what they need to turn their day around. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.